my name is Madon Daly, and this is Tai Chi 1, 2, 3. We're going to start with our feet pretty close together this time, almost touching ankles. We're going to inhale here, so this part expands, kind of like a hot air balloon. It's full of air. And then the blowers come off, turn them off, and just gradually sink. You turn on the blowers again. And then they turn them off. Letting this burn us on, burn us off. And it's going to face out. This one's going to come join it, and the other one goes away. You can see what we're doing with the rhythm with the arms. As I exhale, this one drops down. Inhale, it comes back up, it comes to the side. This one drops down, goes to the front. Right here, I'm going to lift one foot up, so I'm more like shoulder width apart. So I'm going to come around here again. So I exhale. This is all full of oxygen. Imagine we're in this beautiful lagoon, water, aqua-colored water, and we can breathe underneath. So we inhale, and all of our blood is full of oxygen. Everything wants to float up. It's like when the hot air balloon is being blown up. We turn off the blowers, we exhale, everything sinks. Because we're in the water, it sinks slowly. I inhale, it floats up. I exhale, it floats down. Because there's no more air in there to make it buoyant, to make it floaty. Inhale. As we do this, I'm going to change the weight on my feet. This one's going to be over here, and over here. I'm just gently changing where the weight is on the body. So you have an opportunity to be aware. How does it feel when you're standing almost all the way, at least 60% of the weight's right over here? You exhale, weight shifts over here. I have a lot of people who say, well, I can't put any weight on this foot. I can't put weight on this leg, wherever. This one is not going to take any weight. I am afraid that I will fall. All we're asking is like 2 seconds. 2 seconds. So let's say we're on this side now. Inhale, exhale, 1001, 1002, and right here, the weight's on both feet. So we're going to try it over here. I'm going to exhale, 1001, inhale, 1002, it's on both feet. So no one leg has to hold us up for more than just 2 seconds. Inhale, exhale. People will say, is that all there is to this? Is that all there is, my friend? That's all there is. Let's just keep dancing. There's a lot going on while we're doing this. We'll get a little closer. You may have trouble seeing my feet, but I want to make sure you can. So, right here, I inhale. Everything is full of oxygenated blood. It just wants to float up in the water. Now, as I exhale, it wants to float down. One hand's going to float down a little lower than the other. Right here, I inhale. Comes back up. I exhale, and this one goes down. I inhale, it comes back up. So as I'm exhaling and letting the weight come over here to the side, and I inhale, I stand up a little taller. So as I exhale, I'm relaxing down. Inhale up a little taller. So it may seem like there's not much happening, but let's be aware of what is happening. So we're going to inhale. As I exhale, this hand floats down. There's no more fresh air, no more oxygen. I inhale, and it becomes full of oxygen again, and it floats up. And just do this side for a while. Exhale. Inhale, comes up. As I exhale until I just let everything relax. Inhale, everything gets a little taller. Now we're going to do it on this side. So exhale, just let everything relax. Inhale, a little taller. Exhale. Now, there's more to it, of course. Exhale, and as I'm exhaling, the weight's going to be on this hip. This foot's just kind of sitting there. That's a little tether. As I exhale, I'm going to turn my hip. So my body turns. I exhale, it comes back. I exhale over here. I turn the hip. I inhale, and then I exhale. Inhale. Inhale. It may not seem like there's still very much happening. So let's look at it a little closer. We're just going to allow our mind to be aware, like we're just watching with the camera from on the inside. As I exhale here, this one is going to float down. I want it to look like, and this is how a lot of people are taught, they'll be taught to go like this, and it becomes like a swimming thing, but that can hurt your shoulder. So we're just going to exhale, it's going to float down. As it does, I'm just going to turn my hip. Now, mark where the hand is. So I'm right here. Say the hand is right here. Exhale, you can see it right there. I turn the hip. I inhale, it comes up. I turn the hip back, and it's still right here. It hasn't moved, hardly at all. Exhale, inhale, exhale. So we're not using the shoulders to send it out or anything. We're just going to use our hips. So the hip is going to turn. Right, see right here. Full of light air. I exhale. So I drop down, relax down. Weight's going to start to go into this leg. And I'll just use this one back here to pivot and turn my hip. Inhale, bring it back here, weight's on both feet. Now I'm going to exhale this one, turn the hip, and bring it back. The awareness is to be aware of how it feels, how the joints feel. How does it feel when the weight's over here, and now it's over here? Just be aware of how it feels. We're not passing judgment. We're not poo-pooing anything. We're not saying, oh, that shouldn't be that way. It shouldn't. There's no judgment call in any of this. We're just going to inhale. Here I'm going to exhale. This hand's going to drop down because the oxygen's leaving it. It's right about here. My hip's going to turn. So I can see over that way. I inhale up, the hip turns back. I exhale over here. Hip turns. So we're shifting the weight from one foot to the other. So everything has a chance to be in charge of the weight of the body. Just for a little while. It's all fair. Everything is balanced. Our ankles are going to be turning. You're going to pivot on your heel or your toe. I tend to pivot on my toe. So right here, see my ankles. Right here, this foot's going to go out a little bit. I'm going to pivot over here. So the weight's right there. I can pivot on my back foot and turn the hip around so I'm looking that way completely. Inhale, and bring it back. I'm going to exhale here. Same thing, weight's over here. Inhale, and back. So what we're doing is we're strengthening and adding more flexible strength to the ankles because we're going here and back, here, pivot, pivot. So everything from here down is going to working. But it's not responsible for a whole lot of body. It's just getting to just kind of float along and enjoy. So here, over here, as I exhale, I can just relax down. Inhale up, bring it back here. Now this one I'm going to exhale. So the feet are going to feel the difference in having the weight. So if we put it down, it's going to be the back ridge, the heel. The hand's going to show it what to do, right there. So back edge, I exhale, go forward, turn it. All the weight goes to that foot. It doesn't just go quickly, it just slowly rolls down. Come back, bring the toe up first, set it down. Now I can go over here, put the back edge and the heel out first. So we've got a massaging of the foot while we're doing all of this. The ankle is being flexed, the knee is flexed, and the foot gets a massage. So those places on your foot that maybe get stiff or tight from plantar fasciitis, from sciatic pain, tightness, or just they don't feel as aware of where they're at as they used to. I'm going to help them. Just a simple thing. Back in the heel. Slowly let it roll down as we exhale. I'll let it come back up, toe first. Turn the foot that way. Weight's over here. Put the other foot out. This whole movement, this sequence, some people call it repelling or repulsing angry, chattering, noisy monkeys. That noise all the time. They just kind of, leave me alone. So we're calming it down, helping it relax by breathing. Inhale. And relaxes down. I inhale. It's full of oxygen and taller. Slowly turn over here. Exhale. You may notice that we're doing it very slowly. Yes, we are. That's the way it is. This is a chance to just let go of time clocks, agendas, minutes, seconds, and just let your whole body relax. Inhale. Exhale. And the only thing that gets us from here to looking that way or this way is the hip turns. How does the hip turn? Well, start with the weight over here, and we're going to put this foot down, and let's exhale. Right here, my hip is here, it's going to turn right there. And now I'm facing right there, that way. Come back, turn it back to the center, then I'm going the other way. We create optical illusions, so it will look like people will say, oh no, I see, you're going like this and this. Hardly anything moves. Here in the torso, it's like the torso is one piece. What happens is the hip turns. And exhale, and the hip's going to turn back. Tai Chi, the movements are like nature. There's curving. There's circles, spirals, they're in curves. In nature, if you look at a tree, how the branches are, how the grass grows, there's always circles and curves. You don't find any hard edges, 90-degree angles. It just doesn't work that way. From a distance, it might look like, well, the tree's going straight up, but then you get closer and you go, oh, that branch goes up and comes this way. This one goes this way. And you might look at each tree and realize they have a little bit of a lean. They're not completely perpendicular to the surface of the ground. They may have just a natural lean, a few degrees. It may correspond with where they are in terms of the longitude and latitude. It might have just a little bit of a lean this way, or a little bit of a lean this way, but everything tends to be moving in a circular fashion. So when we're exhaling, turning, inhaling, then exhaling and letting it come back, we're letting our body follow that. And just the hands move in a circular pattern. Everything goes down and comes up as it turns. So our body is almost like it's making a figure eight or infinity sign. So I exhale, it goes down, it turns, inhale, it comes up, turns back, exhale. So this is different than what a lot of people think they're seeing in Tai Chi. They may think we're going, but they're really fairly small movements. Why? Well, it is a martial art, and it's a defensive martial art. So we want to protect our vital organs. If you're going like this, you're pretty much open for somebody to come along and hit you, stab you, do whatever. So we want to keep everything relaxed so we can protect our vital organs. So that's why it's going to be. So the hands will always stay pretty much right in front. We might turn it this way a little with the hip, or that way, so it looks like it's turning, but it's really right here. It's lined up with the buttons on my shirt. Come over here, it's still lined up with the buttons. Roll it over, exhale across. It stays lined up with the buttons. So there's not that much movement with the shoulders and the upper part of the arm. It tends to be lower, tends to be slower. Inhale. As we exhale, we float down and just relax. Inhale up, we get taller. Exhale. So we have a vertical movement, then we have a lateral movement. It's not purely lateral because of the up and down of the body, so it's more of like making an infinity sign or an 8. So it's inhale, turn the hip, Why does it matter? Well, our body wants to go back to its natural being of being round and circular, kind of going with the rotation of the earth. And so, and the rotation and pivoting on the, like a pendulum. So you just let a pendulum, a weight on a long string, just hang. And first it will just be there. And then pretty soon you'll see the small movement. It follows the rotation of the earth. That spinning of the earth it starts making a circle. And if you stop it, let it go again, you'll go back and start making that circle. That's how it naturally wants to be, just in compliance, just in a complementary position with the earth, everything with it, because we are of the earth, on the earth, part of the earth, with our energy and the fact that we're a human living being, like everything else that's living out there, be it grass, dandelion, or bird. All the living things want to work with the earth. And when we do this, work with the earth that way, we're not, this isn't us. This isn't us. We're just slowly turn the hip, roll the hands around if you want, then exhale, lower down, turn the hip. One lady asked me last week, she said, what I see compared with yoga and other things that I've done, Tai Chi just seems to be practical. I said, yeah, it's practical. The movements that we're doing, relaxing down, turning the hip, these can be things that we do every day in our normal day. Maybe you get in the car. You get in the car. This hand comes over here to grab the seat belt, and it comes over and we snap it. Maybe this hand comes around the steering wheel, and we're there. We've got circular movements. We may have been doing them like hard lines, but they want to be circular and relaxed. So let's say you're making some sort of food, and you need a spoon. So you come over here, and you open the drawer, and this hand says, I want that spoon. And you close the drawer back. And you say, oh, I need a spice. There it is. I see that spice right there. And you bring it down. It says, oh, I need a bigger spoon. I need a bowl. A lot of things we do in everyday living that can be circular. And if we just exhale, inhale, relax, relax, pick up the spoon over here, pick up the bowl, whatever we're doing. I challenge you to just look at your everyday life and how many times when you reach to get something, you're opening the refrigerator door, you're closing the refrigerator door, you're opening the oven. And the oven is a down, come around. We may be so used to just coming down, 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 down. We haven't taken a chance to see how is it really, how could it be? And if I do it the way it could be, my body is going to be happier. It's going to relax, release tension, release pain. And I'm on the way to feeling like I'm 20-something again. So this has just been what looks like the simplest of all movements. And it basically is. It's all easy. There's nothing hard about anything. The main thing that makes an occurrence seem hard is because inside you've judged it. Inside you said, the only person that can do that looks like this, has these muscles, has this strength, has this dexterity. That doesn't make it true. You know, a lot of people will say, oh, I could never dive off the high dive. I could never, ever do that. Well, you know what? You're probably right. If you say, I could never, ever, ever, what's the point of continuing the conversation? You've already determined that you could never, ever, ever. So saying, well, let's try it. Let me go up there with you. Let me do this. Let's try this. Let's just jump feet first. Your brain has already said, no, it will never, ever, ever work. So what's the point? A lot of our perspective of whether we think we can or we can't is based on somebody else's interpretation. It's based on somebody else's fear, based on somebody else's roadblocks. You may just be, if you look at little kids, they go up and say, okay, I'm going to climb up the ladder. Here I go. 1, 2, 3, jump. Yay, fun, fun, fun. But somebody else is going, oh, you can't do that. Oh, no, that's scary. You can't. And their judgments, their own limitations on themselves, project to everybody else. We tend to hear those kind of naysayers. What we need to hear inside is the part of us that says, I can do this, and it'll probably be fun. I won't take any crazy chances with my body, because that's the only one I've got. But I'm pretty sure that I can just go up and just go. And it'll be just fine. So my name is Madon Daly. I created Tai Chi 1, 2, 3 based on the essential principles